Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast with your hosts Bill Algie, Dennis Talbot, and Alan Tate. We are three guys who have one thing in common, a love of rock and roll. Our goal is to talk about all things rock. We hope you find this show intriguing, funny, and occasionally highly opinionated. Enjoy! Hey people, welcome to episode number 391 of the Ages of Rock podcast. We have again for the third show in a row, which took us almost a month to get to, ranking the new songs on Kiss compilations with my good friend Craig Wright.
How are you?
And this show, along with the last two shows, were Craig's idea. So if it's a really good show, give Craig the credit, and if it's a really bad show, blame Dennis.
Yeah, I like
that's
that.
a great idea.
Because I got bad hair. I've already even noticed that. I haven't. I need a haircut really bad.
And it doesn't look any different than it usually does.
My beautician's hard to get a hold of. It's my wife, and she's still at 7:02. She's still at work tonight. So
I've got a pair of clippers. As soon as we're done recording, I can come right on over.
We were in Napa. Like I said, 3 weeks ago, and she said at one point, she says, "I think I'm just going to go to the store and buy a pair of scissors. I'm cutting your hair right now." I said, "Don't
she
worry."
She could have just took you to a barber shop and just said, "Cut that shit off."
Yeah, no shit. I'm not. I don't do that. I
haven't paid for. Don't put it out like your wife's like slaving late, working in the waiting tables or something. She's saving people's lives, damn it.
She is. No, she is. So they're having meetings about. They're doing something new at Deaconess as far as like a cath lab / surgery room in case they ever have an issue and not having to take people from cath lab to things. So anyway, yeah.
There you go. Look at that.
There you go.
See, saving people's lives.
All right, we got a lot to go through tonight, so let's get to it. Alan.
All right, the first thing we could discuss, which is kind of old news now, is the Gene Simmons solo tour. He wants people to pay him $12,495 to be his roadie for the day. Mm-hmm. Now, before everybody gets worked up about it, if somebody wants to spend that kind of money, that's their business.
Sure.
Right.
Yes.
But
exactly.
but if you look and see what it is, you're going to be there for sound check. You're going to be there for setup and tear down. You get to have a meal with Gene and the band and stuff like that. So it's not like he's just charging you to come and set his shit up and then tell you to get off the stage. I mean, there is, opinions aside, there is some value to some people.
Right. $2,000. Well, $2,000 for this right here.
Right.
I was one of those people. So there you go.
Right. And the very next week, Bill and Al got to talk to Gene for free.
I know. But that's not probably going to happen because Gene's not probably going to be playing anything this summer. So,
well, not all of those dates. There was a bunch of those dates that were canceled. I think all of the April dates got canceled, and one May date or two May date. Last I heard, there was a date in May, somewhere in Texas that got canceled. Okay. But so far, the show that we're supposed to go to in Beaver Dam, Kentucky, that show is still. It hasn't been canceled as of today, which is March the 24th.
He just wants to go there because it's called Beaver Dam.
It'd be like there's no beavers and there's no dam.
Gene doesn't go. He won't not go if there's the beavers in the name. So anyway.
Yeah. I'm looking to see if it's I don't know if it's still on up here at Brown County Music Center or not.
I thought you said that one was already canceled.
The Brown County show got canceled.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a May show. So there's multiple May shows that got canceled.
And then I've heard, and of course, then people jump on it on the internet. Oh, the whole tour has been canceled. Well,
pretty close.
We'll see. But I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not.
If I don't get to see Gene Simmons in concert, it is not the end of the world. I mean,
right.
This is just something to do.
Exactly.
A friend invited us, so we're going. If it's still happening,
it'd been fun.
I hope it goes because I'm not driving, so I'm going to have a good time.
Uh-oh.
I like
We're
those
going to
trips.
leave Dennis in Ohio County, Kentucky at the end of the night.
As long as there's a Waffle House on the way, I guess you're all right, or
You
on the
know,
way home or something.
I was the designated driver for a couple times at Nashville trips. So when we got to go see Ace Frehley down there, I got to ride with was that you drove, didn't you, Alan? You know, I
I
slept in
think
the
Brian drove.
no, you drove that one, I think, wasn't it?
I don't know. I have
Anyway,
slept since then.
all I know is I slept in
Doesn't
the back of the
matter.
car all the way back. I was like,
I
it was fun. Anyway,
All right. Well, the next bit of Kiss news that we've got is sometime in August, maybe. Kiss is doing a 2 or 3 day 50th anniversary something or
November,
To
another.
November.
November?
November.
Okay. Obviously,
Yeah.
I've paid a lot of attention to it.
You did not.
Well, there's very little information about it, to be
Yeah,
honest.
there's
Well, the
nothing on the
dates are
website.
there.
Nothing.
They
No
are.
prices,
I
nothing.
was told that the prices were going to be announced on March 27th, which is the day this episode is going to go live.
Okay.
So by then we might know something. It's the Kiss Camp. You can never tell.
Because I signed up, there was an email that they had you sign up for, which I
I did
signed
too.
up
Yeah.
for, and you got that too. So
Yep.
yeah, so it's one of
Well,
those things, Craig. We're gonna just have to wait and see. I'm thinking it's going to be. They're talking a 3 day. See, Live Nation owns that casino or whatever it is in Vegas, so they're gonna. It's a 3 day event, and they're gonna. It's gonna be like a. You're gonna pay. You're not going to be able to go just to one show. You're going to have to do the whole event. It's going to be like a cruise. So
Right.
I'm thinking you're talking. It's going to be thousands.
I
And
think
at
so
that
Oh,
too.
point,
for sure.
I'm not. I'm
I'm
not in.
out. Yeah.
I am. I'm out. Yeah, not doing
It's
that again.
definitely going to be thousands.
Yeah.
well, part of the package is you get an unmasked photo with Kiss, and
Right.
I remember seeing some of the stuff. That's the
Right.
one thing. If they're going to be performing in the makeup, that's the one thing about that would stick in my craw. If you
They're
spend
not doing no
ten
I don't.
thousand
Yeah. I don't think they're
dollars,
doing.
yeah, but if you spend $10,000 on an event like that, if they're putting on the makeup, you should get a picture with them in the makeup,
Right.
not
I
just an
don't. I don't
unmasked
think they're.
picture. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it says
Yeah.
unmasked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
It clearly states that it's
That's their
unmasked.
loop. That's their loophole. Unlike Motley Crue says we're
I don't
done
think that. I
and
don't
we're
think
never
there's a
going to do
loophole.
it.
That is not a loophole. They never said that they were never going to do appearances
They
again.
said
Never.
they were never going to tour
They're not going
again.
to tour anymore.
And
Yeah.
but I think Gene said though that was the
No.
last time in makeup.
Yeah, I
But,
believe that.
I mean,
No, I don't know that I don't know that I ever heard that.
Anyway,
Hey, I wish they would be doing a unmasked at the Ryman. That would be cool.
That
All
would
right.
be a banger.
no. If anybody wants to see that stuff, and once again, your money is your money.
Exactly.
If it floats your boat, go for it. I'm not gonna bitch about anybody doing it. Am I gonna do it? No. I've done my expensive stuff. I'm not doing it
Same.
no more.
Same. I've done that too.
Yeah, been there, done that. So
So, who's got new albums this week?
I've got two that equals 12 or something. You want to see them real quick?
Well,
So
yeah.
I showed you this. So I was just on what's Amazon and pulled that up and this came up. So
What?
it was a on
What is
Cobalt
that?
Blue. It's Ace Frehley. It's a now playing a self-described wild kid from the Bronx. It's basically a Rhino best of. It
Okay.
has side one Rock Soldiers, Breakout, Into the Night, Calling to You, and Insane. Side two is Dancing with Danger, It's Over Now, Shot Full of Rock, Hide Your Heart, and Trouble Walking.
So
Not
it
a bad
is.
record.
It is a greatest hits Ace solo.
A solo stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that,
Well,
So I thought
pretty
that was
cool.
kind of cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
that's
And then
probably
I,
the coolest thing that has been put out in the Ace Frehley camp in decades.
yeah,
exactly.
actually, and it's
Probably
over now.
sounds-
I love that. I love that song, and that's the only reason I don't have that on vinyl. So that's what
Which,
reason
which
I got
song?
it. It's Over Now.
Okay.
That was on
Which
Second
is-
Sighting, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's of course that's our
Todd.
buddy Todd. So anyway, I ordered this from cheaptrick.com, saw it on Facebook. Oh my God, this thing is heavy. This is the complete epic albums collection of Cheap Trick. This was sent from the UK. It's $50 something shipping.
Jeez,
If that tells you anything, this is a $300 and something.
Tells me a couple
that's
things
not
about it.
bad.
Right. But this is only 2,000 editions. I'm number 84 of 1,000. Sorry. Um, it has Cheap Trick 77. It has. Let me get, these are the albums that are on the Epic, so I'm just going to read them off real quick. Original Cheap Trick, In Color, Heaven Tonight. It has the Budokan, but not the original one. It has the one that has this is the double that has all the stuff that's missing on it, which I love that. Dream Police. It has found in all. I gotta change glasses. I have my readers on. I have my readers on, but my readers aren't that good. Found All Parts, 1980, All Shook Up, One on One, Next Position, Please, Standing on Edge, The Doctor, Lap of Luxury, and Busted. These were everything that they did on Epic. It has one fold out, which I would like a little bit more of a book, but basically it's just a 4-page fold out. But they're all on clear vinyl, 180 gram clear vinyl. But you know what? I'm a big Cheap Trick fan, and I have
Yeah.
Half of these albums. I don't have the older one, the latter ones. So it was one of those things where, you know what? I'm just going to buy it because I'm a Cheap Trick fan. So that's what I did, and it finally came. I paid. I bought it probably 6 months ago. I did a pre-order, and we were actually just talking about that, us three, last week when we were going to try to do the show. And I had mentioned that it was like a day after we did that. All of a sudden, I get this thing in the mail. It's like, shit, it came. So,
Well, like
but
we
it's
said
exciting.
earlier, what people do with their money is their own business.
Exactly. But like I said, I've already
Sorry,
got
I
half.
had to take a cheap shot.
No, I have half these albums already. But you know what? Actually, I've got 3 copies of Dream Police. I've actually got Japanese. So.
There you go.
But actually, it's one of the ones I got it at Rockin' Pod. It was he had some copies of the Jap. Supposedly they have like this virgin vinyl, which I don't know how they keep the vinyl from how they keep it virgin procreating. But of course, their techniques and their cleanliness is supposed to be better and all this shit. I don't know. I have never A-B'd it. I should, but anyway,
That takes effort. Fuck that.
it does. It's like. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. So I just have multiple.
You know what I do? I
What?
wait until Julian Gill AB something, and then I take his word for it.
Exactly. So, but I haven't listened to any of these albums, but I'm going to pull out the Budokan because Bill and I are going to see a band this weekend that might be playing Alviderzane. So I want to hear that live.
There you go.
So there you go.
Anybody else want to talk about albums before we dive into this? All right. Well,
Right.
Craig came up with the idea of ranking the new songs on the Kiss compilation albums, which is side 4 of Alive 2, Killers, Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. And as a bonus, we threw in the one new Kiss track on the Detroit Rock City soundtrack.
You threw that in. I didn't.
Come on, man. You gotta.
I didn't even know that existed.
I didn't either.
I think we all know what our number 12 is.
No, you don't.
Ah,
I'm going to shock you guys
oh,
because
you are not, Dennis.
That's not in the list. Shock me's not in the list.
Right,
Sorry,
That's
can't use it.
right.
no,
All
that's
right.
true.
Well, Craig, you want to start with your number 12?
You just mentioned it. Nothing can keep me from you. I didn't realize that was out there. I'd totally forgotten about it.
I thought you were tricking me when you sent the list. The
Yeah, Craig sent an Apple Music list.
Apple Music list. I'm like, what the hell is that? I've never even heard of that. I had to go back and look.
He said to
hadn't heard
add
it
it. I
either.
was like, was not going to add that in.
Like, what is that? And I listened to it once. No, I didn't. I listened to part of it once.
I made myself sit through the whole song.
I did not
once.
sit the whole song. I thought
Well,
I sat through
twice
the
when I bought
second
the first
refrain.
CD. Yeah.
See, you guys, we're on a different planet. We are on a complete different planet. Anyway,
Yeah,
Well, this is
Well,
going to be good.
old
you're
age,
wrong.
old age is causing damage in your brain, Dennis.
And something's wrong, man.
bean damage. That's what I got. Bean damage.
I got Dane damage. All right, Bill, what's your number 12? Hmm.
I think we're 2 for 2 on this
Two
one.
for two. Okay.
Dennis.
3 for 2. 3 for 3.
My number 12 is Any Way You Want It off the Alive 2. I hate that song. I never liked it as a kid when I got it, and I hate it now.
You do
So
know that's a cover song, right?
I know it is. I know it's an old 50 song or
It's
60 song.
it's a Dave
Yeah.
Clark Five song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it and it sucks. It sucked. It sucked when I bought the album, and it sucks now. So
Wow. Okay.
Fair
mm,
enough. Well,
there
my
you go.
number 12 is also Nothing Can Keep Me From You. That is off the Detroit Rock City soundtrack. My thought was, did they write that at the same time that they wrote that turd for Psycho Circus? But it was not written at the same time. It's not even. Uh, Diane Warren wrote Nothing Can Keep Me From You, and I finally
Really?
I
That
finally
makes
found my
sense.
way was written by Paul Stanley and Bob Ezrin. So
Okay.
was
Yeah,
You
that
Bob.
know,
makes sense though. Now that I
you
didn't realize she wrote that, so that makes sense because that sounds like a Diane Warren song.
Yeah.
I mean, it
you're
that
going to be surprised where I put that song in my
unless it
list.
was up your ass, we're not going to be surprised because everybody else thought it was like a 12.
I don't follow. I'm not a sheep. I'm a leader. So
Um,
Whatever. And
anyway.
and this concludes what you got for number 11, Craig.
Rock Hard. It's just something about that. That's I don't know. I just don't care for that song.
Make me wrong. Yeah, that's yeah.
The video's terrible. It's just bad.
I
Yeah,
gotta
the
switch
video is
glasses.
terrible.
Maybe that's why I hate the song.
How can we make this worse than some of those other songs? I know, one of them trapeze thingies.
Right. And when you go back and watch it, it's like he's what, 10 feet back and runs and jumps on it. It's like it's just weird. You can see him
Mm.
back there counting. 1, 2, 3, go.
Bad.
Bad.
Bill,
Number 11.
number 11.
Any way you want it, off
Oh.
the rails, get off there.
You were trying to sing
Get
the
away.
Journey version.
Yeah, I know because it's a hell of a lot
So
better.
you put it at 11. So you put it at 11.
Yeah,
So yeah, I wasn't far off. I mean,
no,
you hate
but it wasn't 12. It
Yeah,
wasn't
was
the
12.
worst song. It's the next to worst song. It's almost the worst song,
Okay.
but not the
But it
worst
is
song.
bad. It is bad. It's on
It
the
is
lower
horrible.
end. It's on the lower end of the scale.
Number 12 and number 11 were like the
Right.
easiest thing to do.
Oh,
Boom, done.
My bottom 6 are like I went through those I don't know how many times and I switched them around. Bottom
Same,
6
yeah.
are all.
What's your number 11?
My number 11 is Down on Your Knees. This is just shit. I mean, just pure shit. I mean, sorry.
Okay, you've heard us. We've heard 3 of us say nothing to keep me from you is garbage, but down on your knees is
You'd be
garbage for
surprised. You're
you.
going to be surprised where
That's going to be number 1.
No,
That's
it's not
gonna
going
be
to be
number
one.
one.
It's not number 1, but it's up there. Anyway, yeah, Down on Your Knees is
1.5.
terrible. And you notice there was another song that's also there was a lot of all like people, girls on their knees. He mentioned that quite a bit in these songs. Not just one, but one was named that, but the other one was kind of he mentions that down
Well,
on your knees.
that's Paul.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right, my number 11 was Let's Put the X in Sex. That was written
Okay.
by
What?
that was
What the hell?
yes, written by Paul Stanley and Desmond Child. As a side note, I was in the Air Force. I was in tech school down in Biloxi, Mississippi, and I didn't even know that was coming out. And I happened to be in the base exchange and saw that on tape, so I bought that and a cheap little bitty piece of shit jam box just so I could hear that tape, you know. So when I got smashes and thrashes and hits, I had no idea that those remixes and the re-record or not re-recording, like the remix of I Love It Loud, I had no idea it sounded as thin as it did because I was listening to it on a piece of shit jam box.
right. That album should have been called um, Crap, Shit, and some hits. That's what it should have been called.
Smashes and thrashes and neutered hits.
Right.
It's fucking terrible.
What you got for number 10, Craig?
Any way you want it.
There you go. It's all toward the end. There you go.
Craig was looking over my shoulder
Oh, was I? Okay.
for that one anyway. Bill.
Oh, number 10. You make me rock hard. Not you guys, by the way. None of you. None of you. None of you at all.
That's why I just said rock hard. I didn't want to do the other parts.
Well,
When you said it, I was like going, I don't think I have that on my. Oh, I have that on my list. It's,
Right. Yeah.
You make me. Okay, there you go.
I just wanted to write that and see it in writing, but whatever.
There you go. All right. So my number 10,
Yes, sir.
it is put the in sex, X and sex. Those songs
It's
are
a
just such
classic.
throwaways. They're just
It is a
throwaways.
classic. It's such
And
a
it-
pickup line.
And the videos, like you said, the videos are just
Yeah, the videos are
fucking
bad.
Super cheesy.
horrible.
Those tracks in Paul's hair is bad. It's all
They're just-
bad.
They're just terrible. Yeah, it's terrible.
Well, those
So, yeah.
skyscrapers, are a euphemism.
Right.
Of course they are.
All right. Well, Dennis, you'll be happy to know that my number 10 is Any Way You Want It.
There you go. So-
And I don't dislike the song. I just put it at number 10 because it is a cover song. Dave Clark 5 has a lot of songs that I do like, and this is
the
one
thing
of them.
is all the others. The thing is, you hear Paul talk about the older bands, the Raspberries, and people that he liked. They could have thrown another song on there that would have been a better song than that one. I mean, that just
Well, that was probably just Paul's way to say "fuck you, Peter."
maybe I don't know, but it's just terrible. I mean, it's just not because the songs on that the fourth side of Alive 2 were great, except for that song, and it's like, geez. Anyway,
You just keep telling yourself that.
well,
All right, we're up to number 9.
okay.
Partners in Crime.
Oh, really?
So close, Craig. You missed it by one.
Out of those 4 tracks from Killers, that's my least favorite.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just kind of drags a little. I don't know how to
Actually,
explain.
it's
I think that's a good description, Craig.
That's true. I can see that.
okay.
Bill.
Okay. The X in sex got put at number 9
There you go.
because it's just so cheesy.
It's very cheesy.
Oh my God.
Not a classic.
We should call this like we should call this episode like
Brian
Breeze.
Harris. We were going to call this episode
Kiss.
Brian Harris had a stroke because it wasn't number 12 for all of us.
No shit.
Yeah. We could call it like I'm thinking something like cheesy kiss or something like that. I don't know.
It's Brie. Let's see, Brie Kiss.
Didn't we talk about this
Hot
lyrics when you
cheese.
guys did cheesy lyrics
We did.
episode?
Yeah.
Probably
We
out
talked
of the
about
one of the 300 and something episodes. This is what 300 and what? Is this
91,
391?
391.
Wow.
Are you anyone?
All right. All right. So what number 9 where we're at?
Number 9.
Number 9, I got I'm a Legend Tonight.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I love that track.
Kidding.
Well, the problem is I'm going to put some of these other ones a little bit higher than what you are, and it's a personal opinion. They're
It
not the greatest songs in the world. So you just got to kind of truck through and like what catches me now. Now, 6 months from now, I might listen to them again and go, yeah, you know what, that one there just really sucked because I just heard it 6 months ago and it didn't stick. They're mediocre songs, and you got to put them in an order, and that's the way they're put out. But anyway, I'm a Legend Tonight. I actually had that higher, and then I listened to it again, and it just kind of dropped. So anyway, come to
Like a rocket, man.
like a rocket.
Now that one's way up towards the top.
No, like
Yes,
a
it
rocket. I
is.
mean, like it dropped like
Right.
a rocket. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was not insulting.
Not rock
No.
hard.
No, at all. Not at all.
Oh, shit. All right. My number 9 is Rockin' in the USA. I Actually,
Wow.
never really paid attention to the lyrics, so I read the lyrics while I was listening to the song. And really, other than rocking in the USA, nowhere else I'd rather stay, rocking and
Right.
rolling, there's like four lines, you
Yeah,
know?
it's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
simple. It was quick.
and the one note that I wrote to myself is this is one of the few songs Gene did not write with his ween.
That's why it's short.
That's true. That's true.
Nice.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, that's a good zinger. All right, number 8.
Speaking of zingers, number 8, Down on My Knees. It's just, yeah, I just can't with that song.
Bill?
Man, we are so close, man. We were like right in the pocket, getting so close. So we're at number 8, right?
Yeah.
I'm in Partners in Crime on number 8.
All right.
Just, it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think these were all horrible. I mean, they're
I'm,
so you have
I'm,
to,
I'm,
you
I'm
have
one
to,
off. I'm one off with you. Like I said, these are just a bunch of songs that you got to put them in an order, and it's how you're feeling that day you're listening to it
Exactly.
when you wrote it down.
Honestly,
Because I could
truth.
do this, I could do this list again, and my top 5 are probably going to stay the same, but those bottom ones they could move up or one or two both ways just
So
by
what you're
what
saying
mood
is
I'm in.
the bottom 7 are a kiss pourri.
Oh,
pissery.
Kiss pourri. All right, we're at number 8, correct?
mm-hmm.
Yep.
My
Yeah,
number,
8.
and you said yours, right, Dennis?
What's that?
You did say yours,
No, I
correct?
think I went last. I
Okay.
said Partners in Crime, then Dennis jumped in. So he has not
Nice.
given his yet.
Oh, I haven't.
Okay.
So you number 8, you make me rock hard. Like I said, it's just one of those songs. It's
Yeah.
just a throwaway.
So close.
So close. Okay.
My number 8, I agreed with Bill here, Partners in Crime. I do like all 4 new tracks on Killers, but this one falls at the bottom of the list. You know, like Craig said, this one kind of drags a little bit, so that pulls it down. And for anybody who cares, it was written by Paul Stanley and Adam Mitchell.
Oh,
I took notes. You believe that?
I didn't care, but that's pretty good information.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
In
number
case I'm never in
7.
a trivia contest.
That's
man.
right.
You never-
Hey, you never know.
That's right.
Okay. My number 7 is Rockin' in the USA. Just for what Alan said, there's not a lot to it lyrically.
The music in that song, I like the music just fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bill,
We're at number 7.
number 7.
Yes. Number 7.
Down on your knees.
No, you can't
they
make me.
It's all the same songs.
It is. It's the same shit. If they throw it into a grinder and they just tweak the knob and then shit comes out, and that's what it is. It's the same lyrics. It's the same.
Do you think they did that? That's what they did? We're going to put a record out. We don't want anybody to buy the record for the new stuff because it's going to be horrible. So let's just put a couple of shitty tracks on there.
No,
Really,
I think it had probably to do because these are all but most of these are Paul songs, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah, so it could be
ones
Gene
on,
filler. Gene not around.
Well,
Here's some filler.
the
But I'm
ones on
thinking
Killers. The ones on Killers are all Paul songs.
okay, so I'm thinking at that point, Gene was probably checked out. They had to they had to do something for the record company, so they put out like a greatest hits thing, and Paul said, "Here's what I'm working on," and Paul was self-producing himself, just like they did with the last few albums. They don't
Which is
have
bad.
anybody that right. They don't have anybody telling them they're bad. You know, Paul, he's on top of the world thinking he's a fucking genius, and he's not. You know, these are bad songs. You know, if I'd have been in there when he was recording, he's going, dude.
Well, I'm
Wasn't
pretty,
this-
su- I'm pretty
Wasn't this
sure.
only? Go ahead, Alan.
I'm pretty sure some of those originals I said originals, new songs on Killers
Right.
were written during the Creature sessions.
Okay. Well, maybe, but
Could be.
there's a reason that they weren't on Creatures. they were throwouts, and he just had to have something probably to throw it. So yeah, I mean, whatever the situation was, they didn't have somebody there to tell them, you know what, these songs are not very good. Why don't you try again, or work something out, or do something, or just not put them on there. Throw a couple extra, songs in there. I don't know what to do.
But what would we be talking about 40 years or 35 years later or 40
Oh,
years
it gives
later?
us something to sit around and bitch and moan about, It's awesome.
43.
Whatever the number is. I knew it's not 50.
Yeah.
So what were you going to say, Craig?
Wasn't this Killers originally just for the European market?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So he was
European
like,
or
yeah,
Japanese
I'm just going to throw that to the Europeans. They'll eat it up.
Probably.
Who cares? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Probably
that
not a
takes
bad
us-
idea at the time.
I
Right.
only got that on. Do you have that on? Do you have it on an album? Any guy got it on an album?
I have it on vinyl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do
I have
you?
it on vinyl.
See, I have it on. A
Cassette?
DVD or a CD. I
E-track.
have CD somewhere, and I
Ah.
like I said, it got hidden because it never got played at all. And I will not I'm not going to rebuy it on vinyl because I hated it on CD, so I'm not going to get it.
I bought it on vinyl just for the cover.
Right, the cover's cool,
Yeah.
but I'm not a real fan. Anyway,
Number 7.
Oh, I already did mine.
yeah, Craig did his.
Oh,
I
Craig
think
did
it's
his.
Bill's turn.
Bill.
Bill's turn.
I did Down on Your Knees.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dennis, it's your turn.
Okay, so I had
Man.
partners. I had partners in crime. I think that song it's a little weird, and I think it's why you guys put that lower on your. You guys already burned that song, right?
Yeah.
It was
Set it
lower on your
on
list.
far.
So,
Which one?
Partners in crime.
Oh, yeah.
The only reason that I put it that high is it's different, and I think it's what it struck me different. It's not a Kiss song. I mean, it's not like a normal Kiss song. And it's not like a normal Paul song. It's got some different kind of nuances to it, and that's what kind of it caught my ear. I was like going, "That's different." That's why I put it up on 7 because it was a little different than the other ones. So
That's not off, though. I mean,
no, I mean it's just something a little different, and that's what I needed. I don't want X and sex shit and stuff. That's this rehash of the shit that they had been playing. It's just they just, like I said, throw the song into a blender and it comes out the same type of song, just different lyrics.
Alphabet
Anyway.
soup.
Exactly. But anyway, I like that song. Actually, Partners in Crime, I got to where I listened to it a few times. I was like, I really like that song. Anyway, sue me.
All right. Well, my number 7 is the Smashes and Thrashes hits You Make Me Rock Hard. And that was written by Paul Stanley, Desmond Child, and Diane Warren. Some of the
Wow.
lyrics do have
Wow.
the double entendre that we expect from Kiss, but I don't find those lyrics as cringy as the lyrics on X and Sex. And I think this might have been a good track to put on the Hot in the Shade album.
you're probably right.
I don't know. I wouldn't have wanted on the Hot and Shade. Hot and Shade's
Yeah.
it's a shitty album and great tour though. I can't knock the Hot and the Shade because that tour was really good
I would agree.
live.
Bad
wise.
record, good tour.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots
All
of
right.
bands have done that.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, Craig, we're up to number 6.
Six. Number 6, I'm a Legend Tonight. I like that song. It's like you guys have said, it's not a great song. It's just a good song. You know what I mean?
Legend Tonight was higher on my list, and then I just for some reason it I don't know, listened to it more times than it dropped. But no, I'm like you. They're all decent songs. It's
Yeah.
just, it's where you want to put them. So, Bill,
Craig, we have a match.
there you go. There you go.
Number 6.
All right.
That was mine. So,
All
yep.
right. Any reasoning behind that, or you just
That's where it fell on the list.
that's where it fell on the list. Okay. I don't want to shorten your time here. All right, my number 6 was Nowhere to Run. I thought
Huh.
that was actually of all the songs on this things, I thought that Partners in Crime and Nowhere to Run were the two best of the shit that we had to trudge through to get to that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're the,
yeah.
they're the lower end of the they're not the best songs, but they're the
They're at the bottom of the scrotum pole.
you can listen to these songs. If I had to make a playlist, I would drop these ones off the bottom and I'd just play like the top, say the top 7, actually top 6. Anyway, 7 or 6. But yeah, it's that's where I put it. Nowhere to Run.
All right, my number 6 is Down on Your Knees. That one was written by Paul Stanley and Michael Japp. Michael, I don't know if it's spelled Mikel, so I don't know how he pronounced his name, and I can't ask him because he's no longer with us. And Brian Adams also has a co-write on that song, and that's one of those songs. That part where they sing "She's All Right," I love that gang vocal with the low ending, if that makes any
Right.
sense.
Sure. Yeah,
Yep.
I can understand it.
So
Did Michael James Jackson produce those 4 tracks, or was that Paul only?
that I don't know. I never looked to see who the producer is. I always
Oh,
looked to see who wrote the songs. Who do we blame for this?
It wasn't Vinny.
I figured most of those were probably self-produced because, when it starts coming like that, that's something that, because, Gene wasn't in the studio probably helping on these things. This was all put out while he was doing this Hollywood.
He was right. He was doing Never Too Young to Die about this point, wasn't he?
He was doing horrible, cheesy movies while they were making this horrible. While Paul was
That he
making horrible,
was.
cheesy music. So
Yeah.
It was cheese. It was Kiss Brie.
it's
I'm
cheese
telling you.
fest.
Anyway,
We're at number 5.
We
Number
are at
5.
number 5.
Larger Than Life. I mean, those 4 new tracks, really. I don't count the other one.
I was coughing because I had to hit my mute. I was like going, "Oh my God," and I went, "Wow,
I liked it.
wow."
It's just I told Alan this was a harder list than the albums for me.
Oh,
Yep,
wow.
I agree.
I agree with
100%.
that.
Wow.
Yep.
And just
Right.
to interject here real quick, according to Wikipedia, Michael James Jackson produced the 4 new songs on Killers.
There you go.
Right.
Okay,
There you go. All right.
then that would make sense.
We'll blame him then.
He didn't write them.
I know. But he let him go out.
All right, number 5. Who's next?
Me,
All right.
Gator
Greg?
Boy.
If
Craig.
you say larger than life, I'm gonna.
We do not have a match. There's no match.
I would say you're not right. You're not riding to Fort Wayne with me on Saturday. If you say that,
I have Nowhere to Run on there.
okay.
I like that song. I like the acoustic intro and stuff like that.
Right.
How it started, and I think it's a pretty good song.
Right.
Not a horrible song. A lot worse on there.
Okay.
That's all I got
Dennis.
to say about
All right. Number 5, I put Nothing Can Keep Me From You
Number 5. Or, yeah, that's where we're at. Sorry.
What?
because I like his softer songs. I like those. I think that he does a really good job. And actually the song, and I really honestly, other than I guess when I saw the movie Detroit Rock City in a theater with about 4 people, I went early thinking I wasn't going to get in, and it's
I
like,
went
oh,
early. Yeah.
there was 4 people in the fucking place. And they didn't even play it at Show Place. I had to go to the place on the west side over at,
Did you go to the very, very, very first showing?
yes, the first.
Well, when Kiss Online did that thing to organize the movie party,
Sure.
I set that up with WABX.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
A
nothing.
friend of mine who lives here in town is a huge Kiss fan. As soon as he found out that I'm the one that Kiss picked to do Evansville, he was like, "Fuck you, man! I wanted to do
Well, wait a
that."
minute. Then it may have not been that night because I didn't see anything like that. It was like I just went there and there was nobody in the theater. But
it. Are
Yeah,
you sure
there
that's the
were-
theater you went to?
Well, it was the one over on
He
the
went to-
west side.
He went to
There's
one
a lot of
them
other theaters in Evansville.
No, but
anyway,
it
before
wasn't
we
playing
get
show.
into
Anyway, so anyway, I just think, and I never heard that song before. Listen to it as it is, and give it, give it a rating. It's a shitload better than a lot of these songs that we got on Killers and the other ones. It was a decent song. Is it a rocking song? No, but it's a decent song. So it's number 5 on my list. So sue me.
Well,
My
call,
God.
I'm calling my attorney. I tell you what.
Go on.
My number 5 is "I'm a Legend Tonight," also written by Paul Stanley and Adam Mitchell.
Right.
And my one note to this was, it sounds like Paul thinks very highly of his love gun.
Mm.
Do you think for the last 50 years? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but anyway, well, I kind of was reading along with the lyrics for a lot of these actually,
Right.
but yeah. Number
You took
4.
All
Okay.
right.
Don't Number 4. The intro of the song is great. Musically, it's good. Lyrically, it's okay. It's X and Sex.
Oh man,
I like the intro of that song.
it's okay.
It's not bad. It's just
It's not bad.
it's not really a bad song. It's just it's not a bad song. It's just
It
when
just
you get to
hasn't
the part, it's
aged
just,
well. It hasn't
no.
aged well. Yeah.
No.
When you well and at all right, so what year was that?
Like
88.
88?
It was
88.
88, yeah.
Yeah. So these guys are 40 some years old.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, you're right.
No, no. They were
They were
still
like
in their,
38.
They were still in their late 30s.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
Okay. I was
you know,
thinking they were 40.
Me at 18 years old in 1988, I thought they were old at age 39. You know?
But that's true.
Right.
Mhm.
All right, shut up.
All right.
Bill, I've always thought you're old, so you've already
Yeah.
got that going for you.
Yeah, well.
And I'm older than Bill, so it really makes me
Right.
feel bad.
It's all right. That guy down there.
Yeah.
Always older.
No, I'm actually, you're below me on my screen.
I did not.
It's like
ever
the
do
Brady
that. I would
Bunch.
never
We
do
don't
that.
have the Brady Bunch. We don't have a spire.
You're in
Or
whatever spot that I put you on
whatever
my screen.
spot you put. There you go.
Okay.
All right.
All right. What am I, number 4?
What number are we at?
We are at
Four.
number 4,
Four.
and it's Craig's turn.
Craig's
No, I
turn.
just did it.
Craig.
X
Craig
and
just
Sex.
went. We all
No.
like what?
Yeah,
We-
you all judged me.
So
All
we're
right,
at number
Bill,
4.
it's your turn. Number 4.
Okay, number 4, Rockin' in the USA. There's
We have a
gasp.
match. We have a match. Rockin' the USA, number 4 for me.
Really? You actually graded one correctly. That's
I'm
amazing.
telling you
It's
that.
taken
Well,
all
the
this
problem
time.
the problem is, Bill, is we're going to have our last 4 are probably going to be spot on exactly. And I think Alan's going to be the same way too. Because somebody already pitched larger than life, and I won't mention his name, Craig. But anyway,
Hey, but my top 2, we guys haven't even mentioned yet. So
that's
Yeah,
true.
there you go.
But anyway, I have a really, I mean, the stuff on live too on side 4. I mean, they got a soft spot, So it is what it is.
so you're not rock hard.
That's what she
No,
said.
no, not a rock hard. I'm almost 60. It's gonna semi hard. You know what I'm saying? At best. Anyway,
It's an on-off switch.
they have pills
I think
for
it's
that
one.
now,
I
though.
think it's a dimmer switch. It's more of a dimmer switch. You can just adjust it.
Apple one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And we're at number 4, correct?
Yes, for
yes,
My number 4 is "Nowhere to Run," and again, that's one
Not
of
a
those
bad
that
song.
it has those gang
It's
vocals
a
that
good
I
song.
really
I
like.
like that song.
it's
You
not
know.
a bad song. It actually of the bunches of the shit we had to go through, Nowhere to Run's a really good song. It really is. It was my
Yeah.
number 6. So
This is my favorite of the 4 new songs on Kiss Killers, and it was written, according to Wikipedia, solely by Paul Stanley.
I
Where the
think
hell
that
then he finds a nut.
I think that Nowhere to Run has a lot of similarity to the one that they did with the Ace covered and they covered and
Hide your heart.
Hide Your
Hide Your
Heart.
Heart. It has that kind of vibe to it. It actually
Yeah.
sounds like a well put together Kiss song. So that's why I had it at 6 because it was better than the other. The other ones are just like a bunch of like you said, it's just a bunch of cheesy lyrics with a tune with a little riff, But it seems like Nowhere to Run has a little bit more a structured sound to it.
Yeah.
So I'm with you there, Alan.
All
I
right,
agree.
number 3.
Number 3, Nowhere to Run.
Okay, I won't judge you on that.
We're all
'Cause
we're
I
all
just said it.
close in there.
We're
I
all,
mean,
we're
I
close.
mean,
I'm
again,
6.
that out of those 4 tracks, that's the best one melodically. I think Paul sounds really good.
Right,
It's a good song.
right. Bill?
William.
we're at number 3.
3.
3.
3. All
Yes.
American Man.
We
I'm going with the
have a
4.
match.
I'm going with the final 4.
I'm close to you, Bill, but I'm not quite there. I got to go for my number 3 is Rocket Ride. That's this is all just kind of it's just a toss up at the end.
No, it's not a toss up at the
Mm-mm.
end.
I mean, I think that
There's a clear 4. There's a clear 5 there. 4 there.
Rocket Ride. I mean, I like the song. I think that it's one of Ace's better songs.
Yes.
It's just I just get tired of the fucking the spaceman bullshit. The Rocket Ride.
That was only
What
a
did-
second Spaceman song.
Yeah, what did you just buy? The album?
Well, yeah, I bought that, but I
You
bought
can't
the
call
only
the
reason I
it
bought
doesn't
that.
have
You can't
Rocket
call the
Ride.
kettle black on this show.
No,
You can't do
the only
that. What
reason
are you
that I
doing?
bought this is because it has Todd Howard singing "It's Over Now," and I don't have it on vinyl. I love Fraley's Comments with Todd Howard. I'm not like I said the other shit. It is what it is. But anyway, no, I Rocket Ride is a great song, and of course it's been a staple forever. But it's
Tommy plays it so well.
Tommy plays a few things that it bothers me, and we'll get into that some other time because the concert there's something that he plays. Is it in Black Diamond or 100,000 years? Something he plays different, and I know that's how it is. I mean, they'll play something, and somebody will make it their own, but it always bothers me because in my head, being a guitar player, I have the original song that I'm supposed to play in my head. And when they're doing it, it fucks me up because I know there's something else that's supposed to be played at that point, and it screws me up. It's either in 100,000 years or it's one of the classics. But anyway, Tommy doesn't do it right. But
Yeah, he does
I'll
a little
figure it.
different thing in 100,000 years.
And it's
Yeah.
no big deal. It's no big deal, and it sounds okay. It's just
But it's
being that
different.
with my brain the way I am as being a guitar player. My first thing, if I'm going to learn a song, the first thing I have to do is I have to have that song in my head. I have to have it completely where I can sit without it playing and play it in my head and know every note. Then I can learn it. And that's why if I hear something that somebody else, say if their kids is playing this, they've changed it. It's weird. It's just it's the way my mind works. But anyway, I don't
You
dislike
said
the
it
song.
yourself.
Right.
All right. My number 3 is All American Man. That was written by Paul
You're
and
close.
Sean Delaney.
Right.
I love this song. I got to play it live with Bob Kulick on lead guitar as part of the Unmasked Kiss tribute band at the 2004 Kiss Expo.
That's
And
cool.
not playing his
Cool.
own guitar.
Yeah, we're not even going to go into any of that. I just had to brag on myself for getting to play that stage on.
No, and I
that
was
song
there
on
actually.
stage.
I actually saw that.
And I'm going to brag again on my next one.
No, I saw that.
All right, number 2.
Number 2.
I put it in my number 2 is All American Man because Alan played a cover of it.
There you go.
I guess I should have said Deuce instead of number 2.
That's because Alan did one of those earlier.
Yeah. He dropped one.
Everybody tries to drop them at some point.
Yeah. Some people do it multiple times.
That's for another show, though.
This has gone in the shitter.
All right, Bill. You're number 2.
Oh, sorry. Number 2, Larger Than Life.
God damn, Bill.
I thought we
Bill.
would match.
Bill. We have a
Oh.
match. Bill or Dennis.
All right, so my number 2 is All American Man.
Yeah, match.
That's where it's at, because there's 2 really good songs on Alive 2, and this is the second best song on Alive 2.
In your opinion, which means dog shit today. So there.
Which, if I have been paying attention, Dennis is the only one that's not going to match number 1.
No, I won't match number 1. No. So anyway, I can't believe you guys are all going. Anyway,
You said you're number 2.
Why would you?
All right.
You said you're
Go ahead.
number 2, right, Dennis?
Yes, All American Man.
All right. My
Yeah.
number 2, Larger Than Life, written by Gene Simmons. It edges out All American Man because the vocals in the chorus. And when Gene and Paul record together, I think it sounds better.
Right.
And I also performed this one with Bob Kulick on lead guitar at that same Kiss Expo. So
Nice.
2 little humble brags in there.
Hey, you know what?
Wasn't nothing humble about that.
When you can do it, do it.
Yeah.
So we got a 3-way for number 1, and
Yeah,
one
we did.
guy watching from the outside.
That sounds a little perverted.
Okay, you rocket ride motherfuckers. Go ahead.
Number 1, Rocket Ride.
Number 2, Rocket Ride. Number 1, Rocket Ride.
Larger Than Life is number 1.
Boo.
I'm sorry. I had to go. And Alan,
Well, there's nothing wrong.
You're
I mean,
Rocket Ride.
Larger Than
No.
Life was my number 2, so I get
Right.
it. You get to those last couple of songs, and
It's difficult.
it's very difficult.
Those
So
were
the
the
problem-
easiest.
so the
That
problem
was the
with-
easiest for
okay,
me.
so the problem with me, Rocket Ride
Oh.
is, I mean, I put it number 3. I like the song. I like the, I mean, of course it's got all the classic, Ace throws out every fucking thing but the kitchen sink as far as everything he knows how to play, every little lick, every little nuance. But it's the cheese of the Rocket Ride kind of bullshit.
It's not really a rocket, Dennis.
I know that. It's his love gun. He's talking about his cock. That movie. Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my
those
God.
kids-
Role
the
models.
kids. Yeah,
Role
role models.
models, yeah.
But no, Larger Than Life beats it out because it is between Larger Than Life and All American Man, that were the 2 songs that were new off side 4. You had Rocket Ride, which was an Ace Frehley. It was a new song, but of course this is some kind of fucking rocket bullshit, all that stuff. Rockin' in the USA, we all agreed was not a great song. And then of course, Any Way You Want It was number 12 on my list. So you got 2 and a half really good songs out of that fourth side of the album, in my opinion.
You do realize that's one opinion.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I'm
there's
saying.
3 other people sitting there
And
going,
what did I just
what the
what did I
hell are
just
you
say?
talking about?
In my opinion. But no, Rocket Ride, it's in my top 3. So I don't disagree with you guys. I just think
That's okay.
that Larger Than Life is more of an original song, more original and different than all of them. If that makes sense.
My love is larger than life. I'm on a rocket ride.
Yeah.
It's the same rocket. It's just
Larger
on
than life.
different planets.
My love
my
is
number 1.
too much to hold.
That's right.
No.
It can't be bought or sold.
So my number 1, obviously, Rocket Ride, written by Ace Frehley and Sean Delaney.
Right.
I love when Ace, Gene, and Paul vocalize in that chorus together. And this is one of the few songs that, with the exception of the lead guitar part, I can play on all the other instruments.
Well,
Humble bragging.
cool.
I
I can play.
I didn't
play,
say I could play them well, but I can play them on other instruments.
I could probably play them all on my air guitar.
Hey,
So question
Right there with you, Dennis.
question about
that was Bill.
Rocket Ride was
That's
that
a Bill. Sorry.
That's right.
question was about Rocket Ride, was that recorded in his studio and brought in, or was that recorded?
Who
when they
knows?
did the rest of the stuff with Bob. They went and did it with Bob. You know what I'm saying? They did those things with Bob. So Bob played
Well,
on what?
according to Bob, Ace was in the studio when Bob was recording those parts.
So
So it's
Bob
a
played
good
on what? Larger Than
possibility.
Life, American, All American Man, and Rockin' the U. Did he play on Rockin' in the USA and Any Way You Want It?
I would say probably Rockin' in the USA, but I don't know for sure.
Okay.
But anyway, you want it is a pretty musical
Paul
music
could have did
style was
that
probably
himself.
yeah.
He
Paul could have done that himself. Paul could have done any of that stuff himself. He's a really good guitar player.
right rhythm wise because there's not Any Way You
He
Want It
can
really
play
doesn't
good
have a
leads
lead.
too. Yeah.
He does. I mean, he does. That's why I was wondering if Rocket, because at that point, things were starting to fall off. And I don't know if he had that studio in Connecticut. I don't know if it was running at that point.
I don't know.
Did Rocket Ride. I'm curious if I have to look into that. I'm
Did
curious what the
did Alive 2 come out before the solo albums?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
Same
But
year.
there was let's see.
78, right?
The
Let
solo
me
albums
yes.
came out in 78. Alive 2 was in 77.
Okay, got it.
Let me pull up Spotify and then we can
Well, while he's pulling up Spotify, I'll just go ahead and say,
right.
go ahead and send your hate mail to contact@agesofrock.com or post
Right.
it on our Facebook page. Don't bother with our Twitter because I don't check it. I don't post anything on it, and I'm probably going to delete it pretty soon.
Let me
And
go with
Okay.
Greg, we appreciate you coming on the show. We
Oh,
appreciate these show ideas.
yeah.
These last three shows have been really fun.
Hey, I
Yeah,
love
they
it
have.
because I get to talk about Kiss, so it's great.
Yeah.
Of course,
So
they don't show
which is
the
your favorite on the back on your wall there on the bottom row?
Oh, just the bottom row?
Yeah.
bottom row. Let me look.
Shout at the Devil
That's a great album.
or Empire.
See, and I am not a big Empire fan.
He didn't
Cat
ask you,
Dragged
but
In.
yes.
What's the one on the
You got Bon
left?
Jovi,
Bon Jovi.
Rat,
It's
Motley
which one is
Poison,
that Bon Jovi? I don't have that one. Which
Oh,
one
it's the
Runaway.
is
first one.
It's the first one. Runaway.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, the one with
that's got
Runaway on
Runaway
it.
on it? I like Runaway. I like that Nuff's Enough album too, though.
I do
That's
too.
good.
That first album is fantastic.
And that Britney Fox, that's a good in the middle top. That's a good
Yep.
one. Yeah, that's some good stuff.
I just got the Britney a couple of weeks ago. Britney, Stay Hungry, and Cinderella, Heartbreak Station.
Oh, speaking of Stay Hungry, did you see that Dee
I know.
Snider was throwing
He
some
wasn't-
shade?
He was throwing some
Yeah.
shit.
He
Yeah.
throws shade at just about everybody. That's why
Problem
I
is
love,
though, they haven't
that's
done
why I
anything
love D.
right. So anyway, Live 2 was in 77 and then they did the four albums and then Dynasty was in 79.
Right.
So
What-
Live was Live 2 was the last album before they went to solos. So at that point it was Turmoil City.
Where does
So I'm
where
thinking-
Double Platinum fall in? 78 too, isn't
That's
it?
in 78 as well.
It's a-
Okay.
78. So that wasn't just another rehash and they did that one only had the update of
Strutter 78,
Strutter
right?
78. So
Yeah, I think they re-recorded that one. They re-recorded Hard Luck Woman.
which they probably shouldn't have done.
Can I mention something on here real quick? I know we're running long, but I think this is funny. So Bill and I will probably going to see Pump 5, which Pump 5 has been on this show how many times now? Three
Two
times?
or three.
Hold on, I'm getting to it. Talk amongst yourselves real quick. See, there is.
What he's
So-
getting. Oh, you find it?
So anyway, yeah, so Steve Barnett, he's been posting, and you got this. You're in the tag, but anyway, it says tour day number 2. What did I learn? You all ask. Well, some of us ate some hot wings and can't stop shitting. I won't name names, but it rhymes with crew and starts with D. So Drew's got the shits already on this tour. I love those guys. They are so funny.
They
So
are
Bill and
pretty
I,
funny.
Bill and I are going to. I'm actually going to make an 8.5 hour round trip to watch a band for an hour and a half at max, and then I'm coming back home.
There you go.
I told Steven I was going to do it, and I'm doing it. I'm picking Bill up in Indy, and we're going to check these guys out.
Yeah, I'd be going if we weren't playing
I
Saturday
know.
night.
I wish you weren't.
Yeah.
I wish you weren't. But anyway,
Well,
it'd be fun. It'll be fun.
I'm
say
getting
hi.
paid.
There you go.
All right. Well, y'all know what to do. agesofrock.com. Till next time, peace out. Thanks for listening to the Ages of Rock podcast. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and most importantly, tell all your friends. Remember, you're never too old to rock. Until the next episode, peace out, folks.